What is up, people? Welcome back to Blue Chip Prospect for another scouting report. Today we are taking a look at the very highly touted Artyom Levshunov. Levshunov is a decently built right shot defenseman. He stands at 6'2" and weighs in at 209 pounds, and he looks like it. He's a thick boy. He's one of the oldest player in the draft, being an October birthday, so being more mature physically kind of comes with it. When it comes to ranking, he's constantly ranked in the top 10. It hasn't changed since the beginning of the season. He was seen as a potential top 10 pick last year, and he basically confirmed it with his play this season. Some have him as high as second overall, like Promman and Chris Peters, and some are a little bit more conservative, like Recruit Scouting and Dobber Prospect, who have him at 10th and 9th respectively. With 35 points in 38 games, including 9 goals, he's second in the last 25 years for points per game production in the NCAA, and a major reason why Michigan State was dominant this season. That type of production is better than players like Owen Powers and Charlie McAvoy and Zach Werenski, Noah Hannafin, so some very good company. Levshunov has a little bit of everything. He's a strong skater without being a high-end skater. Offensively, he's a forward in his mind and he can create dangerous chances every shift. Defense needs some work, but from his physical attributes, his strong hockey sense and positioning, when he's there at the blue line and not caught deep in the offensive zone, he has everything to project as a very good blue liner on defense also. When you add everything together, he's an elite package and he's a righty, so basically he's going very early. Before we turn on the clips, please take the time to like and subscribe if you like what I do, and especially if you come back for it to watch your favorite prospects. It helps me grow the channel and reach more people who could be interested in this type of content, so please take the time to like and subscribe. Also, if you're interested, I'm basically taking my video content and make it into articles on my brand new website. I also try to stay as close as possible to what I said in these videos, so if you want to come back to some info about a player, you can just go to the website, click the player, find the section you were looking for since it's separated by attributes just like the videos, and get the info you wanted just like that. It's magical. The website is thebluechipprospect.com if you want to go take a look. And just one more thing before I roll the clips, I had a small issue before making this video. I bought a new MacBook so I can work on my video editing skills and have a timeline that isn't lagging all the time, but in the process of switching everything over and cleaning up my SSD, I think I trashed my NCAA folder. At least it's the only thing that could explain the fact that it's missing. So all the clips I accumulated over the season for Levshunov and for Buyum, they disappeared. So I took a Big Ten subscription for Michigan State for 1 month so I could clip some games, but the result of that is a lot less clips than what I usually have, so just something to keep in mind. Alright, so let's roll the clips. Alright, so the skating. He's a strong and powerful skater. He doesn't have a problem escaping forecheckers in the NCAA. He can really push the pace in transition, even though most of the time he plays at a slower pace. I think he's more of a powerful skater than a fast skater. In a couple of steps or a couple of strides, he's gone and he can escape pressure, but the top speed is good enough without being anything exceptional. At the blue line, he has some very good footwork. He can really walk the line and send a couple fakes here and there while doing so. And defensively, he's perfectly capable to follow his assignment and keep them to the outside, and he can also keep a pretty tight gap between him and most attackers. Overall, I'd say he's somewhere above Yakemchuk but below Dickinson in terms of overall skating. So I'm not ready to say that his defense is above average right now, probably not even close really, but he has made a giant step since last year in the USHL and even from the beginning of the season. So I think that with such a giant leap in development year over year, we can expect him to become at least above average in the defensive zone considering his tools and his development path. He will need some coaching for sure on when to push for offense and when to take a step back and defend, but I think he will get there. He's a good pincher at the blue line, using his body to separate the pass receiver from the puck and isolating them to the board while making a play to the inside or a pass, but he's a very aggressive pincher, very aggressive. I don't really have a hockey sense section in my defenseman scouting reports, but I'd say that as much as he is great at taking decisions quickly with the puck or to read the ice, as much as his decision making without the puck is turned all the way up to 11 towards aggressiveness and offense, and not necessarily physical aggressiveness but more like puck aggression, preventing breakout or blocking the transition at all costs, and that is when he's actually there at the blue line. He's so often caught up deep in the offensive zone that he's often not even there to defend and he's stuck back checking. But when he's there, He keeps the plays to the outside, he blocks the lane adequately with his body and with his stick, he has great positioning, he uses his body well to make stop in transition or protecting the puck on retrievals. So like I said, the potential and the tools are there. He just needs to learn to make better decisions consistently defensively. He will definitely need a coach that will give him the necessary rope for him to do his thing. Here is where his aggressive style and quick decision making gives him an edge. He's always pre-scanning the ice when he retrieves the puck deeply, identifying the next play and making sure he has options before he even touches the puck. He has the ability to shake off forechecker and break out through skating or hitting attackers on the move with a solid pass. He can also break out the puck with players on his back under heavy pressure, using his body to shield it and quickly create separation with a quick turn or one or two crossover. But whichever way he breaks out the puck, he has that mentality of that puck gotta be moving up the ice quickly. He's that type of player. He's efficient and calculated. He's not overplaying it or overhandling it. His only goal is always to move defense to offense as quick as possible. His passes are precise most of the time, not always, but most of the time, and he's really good at delaying passes a fraction of a second and looking elsewhere to open lanes to a winger going full speed through the neutral zone. So he's not a predictable breakout player. One thing that is often underlooked and underappreciated is that he's a great communicator on the ice. He's always pointing with his stick and talking on the ice and showing plays to his teammate. They seem to always be looking for him on the ice, and he's right there pointing to his stick with his stick to an open teammate to the offensive blue line, so the play can move there directly or through him if there's no open lanes. As of right now, it's not perfect, but I see it as a significant strength in the NHL for the future. So just like the rest of his game, his offense isn't perfect, but it projects really well for the NHL. And just like the rest of his game again, he's very aggressive in the offensive zone. Levshunov doesn't join the rush as the fourth forward, like most defensemen. He joins the rush as the second winger, and that is when he isn't leading the rush by himself or passing the puck to a teammate and posting himself at the backdoor post for a couple seconds before returning to his blue line. We have a plethora of aggressive offensive defensemen in this draft this year, with players like Perek and Yakemchuk and Buyum and Hudson and Henry Muse, but I think he's the most dedicated to activate from the blue line and join the offense deep in the zone. I think he has all the tools to succeed offensively in the NHL. He has a good shot, he has a good but not great pass, he has great vision, great hockey sense, and he understands how to use his teammates to create offense. I don't think neither his shot or passing skills really project as high end, but he's very smart and very sound positionally and seems to always see the best plays that is available and see the right space to attack. He's far from selfish, and he uses his teammate all kinds for give and goes and to create open gaps in the defense. He has a solid fake and delay game at the blue line to open lanes for a shot or for a pass. He's not the most creative or the most exciting player to watch in the offensive zone, like Carter Yakemchuk or Cole Hudson can really keep you on the edge of your seat using high-end puck skills and go through the whole team one-on-one. Levshunov is not like that. He's more a guy that uses his smarts and uses his vision to create offense, and believe it or not, it's a lot more projectable to the NHL. So in the end, he's more raw as a prospect than a players like Dickinson, and there's more work to be done to clean up his decision making, but the potential might be the highest in the draft. I'm still on the Dickinson train when it comes to defensemen. Everything about his game seems like crispier, more precise, faster, and tighter in my opinion, but if both were to hit their ceiling, I don't think Dickinson could match Levshunov offense creation. For me, I don't have Levshunov at number 2, but he's in my top 5 or my top 6 depending on the day. If everything works out, I can see him become a Mikhail Sergachev type of defenseman. To this day, I still can't believe the Habs traded him. It makes me sad every time I think of it, but anyway, it is what it is. Levshunov have that kind of ceiling if you want. A dominant two-way defenseman with a physical and mean game who's involved in every play when he's on the ice and excel in the offensive zone. A first pair defenseman, borderline star who plays 22, 23, 24, 25 minutes a night and can QB the PP1. So there it is for Levshunov, and this video is probably my last, or most likely my last long form scouting report of the season. I will obviously keep pushing out videos and between every top 10s and top 32 and 64 ranking and mock draft and all that stuff, I will try a new format where I will do like scouting report quickies, like a 5-minute scouting report with no fluff, no categories, nothing like that, just simple and packed with the most information and highlights I can put in a predetermined amount of time. The goal behind this is to find ways to talk about more players that I did last year while keeping the same content I was making. Buyum and Ilinius were supposed to get a full-length scouting report, but with the loss of the NCAA folder, it kind of threw a wrench in the work of that video, and after the amount of time that I had to spend to clip for this video, I don't want to do it again. I'm also coaching all summer starting next week, so that's going to take some time away from the workflow. So from here on out, I'm going to do all the videos that I usually do, and I'm also going to do like scouting reports, quickies, which are going to be like 5 minutes video. Anyways, I think it will be great and a nice change of pace. I hope you guys like it. Again, and as always, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.